Hello, everyone. This is Roland Deshane with Press Check Training and Consulting LLC. I'm reporting today for primaryandsecondary.com and primary and secondary Facebook groups. I'm joined at the range this evening by Alex, who is a designer for B.E. Meyers and Company. Alex, why don't you tell us what this new product we have here is?
Today we have the MAWL. The MAWL stands for Modular Aiming Weapon Laser. It is B. Meyers' first entry into the individual weapons, individual carbine, aiming laser category.
That's great, Alex. Tell us a little bit about the company's history and how you guys got to this point.
B.E. Meyers has been manufacturing in the Seattle area for 42 years. We specialize in laser systems for the special operations community. And if you know the ISLID, you know B.E. Meyers.
Well, I guess that just about says it. Why don't we talk about the features and your design philosophy as you guys went into this project?
When we set out to develop the MAWL, as it's our first entry into this category, it's already flooded with other offerings. We really wanted to look at what everyone else was doing and how we could be different and make the system more user-friendly. Everyone else is putting lasers on boxes and slapping those boxes on rails and calling it good, and they've worked. But we wanted to approach it from a radically different direction. We started by looking at how can we make the interface more low profile, more ergonomic for the user. We wanted to look at modes and switching and make things more intuitive so that under stress in the dark, you can manipulate the unit and know what you're doing between settings without the same problems that are inherent in other systems out there. And finally, we wanted to make sure that the unit grows with us, so we designed it to be modular and expandable. And now we're going to move over to the weapon system. I'm going to show you what it looks like on there. So now we have the MAWL on this Mark 18. For size and setup comparison, we have it mounted next to a Surefire Mini Scout on the 3 o'clock rail. As you can see, the MAWL is sitting here at the 1:30, 2 o'clock-ish rail position, interfacing and fitting very close to the Surefire Scout. Rolling it around, you can see that the MAWL is actually mounted on the 12 o'clock rail, and the whole unit is offset to the side, much like you do with a light. We have done this to give you as much of a low-profile interface as possible for the direct activation buttons, compared to other systems that are out there that are putting you an inch, inch and a half above the rail. We wanted to make it feel like the same system you're used to operating the weapon without any laser system attached as it does when you're using the MAWL. The MAWL is also offering clearance for this Magpul Bus Pro, and this top rail is running a standard tape switch for the light and the laser, utilizing industry standard common plugs for the other lasers that are on the market. Now we're going to go over the modes and functions of the MAWL. Other laser systems out there handle their modes and functions by making the end user run through a gamut of output powers and then manually adjust their divergence. Divergence being the flood spot size of their infrared illuminator. While you have multiple options with this sort of setup, we have found that a lot of end users end up sticking into one setup instead of adjusting for what's appropriate into their environment due to the complications of messing with that dial and messing with their flood in the dark or just when they're trying to move from different environments. We decided to take a different approach to mode and setting setup. We have gone to discrete settings applicable for specific environments. We have on our switch that's easily accessible a very simple selection mode. We have close range, which is all the way back. We have mid range, which is as far forward as you could go. And then through a detent, you move into long range mode. Going over each of those, we are setting up the appropriate size of illuminator, output powers for that particular environment. Close range is a wide illuminator at lower power levels so as not to obscure what's in the room and give you a good view of your pointer. Mid-range mode moves to a tighter set of fixed divergence illuminators that are good for alleyways, longer range urban environments, or shorter range outdoor environments. And long range mode is set up for a high power, tighter divergence illuminator and pointer for punching out in the distance, outdoors, or punching through variable lighting conditions in other environments. And we have set this switch up so that the end user, it's as simple as, hey, I'm about to go outside. I'm going to hit mid-range mode. Now I'm going to go indoors. I simply pull back to close range mode. It's a simple flick of the switch. It takes very little to move to an appropriate power setting and divergence setting, and we hope that this will make it more useful than the other systems that are out there that require you to move between all these settings. All right, going over the final aspect of the MAWL is the modularity and configurability. One of the first things people think when they see it is, that's great, where's my left-handed version? What if I want to mount it differently? Well, the MAWL itself can be taken apart and reconfigured into different modes of mounting. So right here, I'm going to just lift this latch and pull off this compartment. This is what seals in the battery. It's got your tape switch ports, connects the rest of the MAWL. Pulling the battery out. The whole MAWL itself is actually just locked through the center here. Pull it off, and this is all of the laser components inside of the MAWL. Everything is in here. The rest of this is just battery compartment, buttons, and mounting. All of this is replaceable, expandable. If we have different mounting configurations or requirements, different tape switch or end socket requirements, those are all options in the future. The MAWL itself is centerline symmetric. So when we're sitting here looking at our right-handed mode, where I'm down here, it's very easy to take that out, flip the device around, reinsert it, throw your battery back in, and then lock yourself back up into left-handed mode. It's that simple. The MAWL is now available for sale to military and law enforcement entities. For more information and specifications, please go to bmeyers.com.
Once again, this is Roland Deshane reporting for Primary and Secondary. We'd like to thank B. Meyers & Company for their assistance in this production and getting this information out to our viewers as soon as possible. You can follow Primary and Secondary on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and on our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.